Frankenstein, Godzilla, The Blob, Phantom of the Opera, The Wolfman, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Children of the Damned, Them, Queen of Outer Space, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Curse of the Cat People, The Mummy, The Green Slime, The Brain That Wouldn't Die, Invaders from Mars, It, The Terror from Beyond Space, Dr. Cyclops, Freaks, The Fly, Bride of Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, The Mole People, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Mothra, The Incredible Shrinking Man, Dracula, The Crawling Hand, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, King Kong, Tarantula, 13 Ghosts, The Thing. Dead Girls by Kim Addonizio. Dead girls show up often in the movies. Face down in the weeds beside the highway. Kids find them by the river or in the woods, under leaves, one pink-nailed hand thrust up. Detectives stand over them in studio apartments or lift their photos off pianos in the houses they almost grew up in. A dead girl can kick a movie into gear better than a saloon brawl, better than a factory explosion, just by lying there. Anyone can play her. Any child off the street can be hog-tied and dumped from a van, or strangled blue in a kitchen, a bathroom, an alley, a school. That's the beauty of a dead girl. Even a plain one who feels worthless as a clod of dirt, broken by the sorrow of gazing all day at a fashion magazine, can be made whole, redeemed by what she finally can't help being, the center of attention, the special, desirable, dead girl. Stations by Stephen Dunn. That's not what love feels like, the radio psychologist said to the battered woman who insisted her husband loved her. And I, voyeur in stalled traffic, unable to stop listening, stop anything, heard the woman begin to weep. A clean knife of truth in her now. It had begun to rain, as it often does in movies, when the hero discovers his private heart can't accommodate one more thing. But my heart was enormous in its greed, and the heavy rain had nothing to do with me. Though when she said, "He's good to me, mostly," even I'd had enough. So easy to imagine the rest. How he'd confuse her with tenderness, stick an apology in her face. I switched stations, and in the suddenly synchronous morning, Tina Turner was singing how Proud Mary popped a lot of pain down in New Orleans. Bad husband Ike's deep authenticating voice in the background. I was on the parkway now, my wipers metronomic, annoyingly good. What's love got to do with it was the next song, and Turner was so confident, so raspily bold, she left the question mark off. It's Not Unusual by David Trinidad. My pink is Not Unusual by David Trinidad. My platinum blonde hair held in place by a paisley scarf as I speed down Route 66 in the pink convertible I won behind door number 3. Footnote by David Trinidad. Nancy's question is aimed at her mean little heels. Are you ready, Boots? Share by Dorianne Laux. I wanted to be Cher. Tall as a glass of iced tea. Her bony shoulders draped with a curtain of dark hair that plunged straight down, the cut tips brushing her non-existent butt. I wanted to wear a lantern for a hat, a cabbage, a piñata, and walk in thigh-high boots with 6-inch heels that buttoned up the back. I wanted her rouged cheekbones and her throaty panache, her voice of gravel and clover, the hokum of her clothes, black fishnet and pink pom-poms, frilled halter tops, fringed bells, and her thin strip of waist with a bullet hole navel. Cher, standing with her skinny arms slung around Sonny's thick neck, posing in front of the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Great Wall of China, the crumbling pyramids, smiling for the camera with her crooked teeth, hit-and-miss beauty, the sun bouncing off the bump on her nose. Give me back the old Cher, the gangly, imperfect girl, before the shaving knife took her, before they shoved pillows in her tits, injected the lumpy gel into her lips. Take me back to the woman I wanted to be. Stalwart and silly, smart as her lion tamer's whip. My body, a torch stretched the length of the polished piano. Legs bent at the knee, hair cascading down over Sonny's blunt fingers as he pummeled the keys. Singing in a sloppy alto, the oldest, saddest songs. Smoke by Ron Padgett. I'm going out for a pack of cigarettes. At one point in the history of our language, roughly from the 1920s into the early 1950s is my guess, those words meant simply goodbye forever. As the back screen door slams shut, he disappears across the darkness, never to be seen again, at least in Joplin. Those were the days when men were men. Guys who looked straight into the eyes of the little wife or the crew boss and said, I'm going out for a pack of cigarettes. They left and they looked, but they never did find that pack of cigarettes. Money Talks by Ray Armantrout. 1. Money is talking to itself again. In this season's bondage and safari look, its close-out camouflage. Hit the refresh button, and this is what you get. Money pretending that its hands are tied. 2. On a billboard by the 880, money admonishes, Shut up and play.